Want to create your own Facebook cover images for free? What you need to know? Let's do it!
Today, we're going to create this cover image and this profile picture using free graphics software called PicMonkey. For the profile picture, you need an image that's 180 pixels by 180 pixels, and for the cover photo, you need an image of 851 by 315 pixels. So let's hop on over to PicMonkey.com. This is a great piece of software for creating pictures for your social profiles, and the best part is you can use it for free. To start with, I'm going to show you how to create the cover photo. So from the first screen shown in PicMonkey, you want to point with your mouse and hover over this design option. Then you'll be able to see different picture sizes to choose from. And what's great, PicMonkey has a Facebook cover image size available for you right here. To get started, I'm going to choose that. And now we have a blank canvas of 851 by 315 pixels ready to go. So you may remember there were 3 images included in the cover photo on Facebook. Now to add these images, you may be tempted to choose this open button. But you don't want to do that because that would start a new graphics file. And what we want to do is bring in some pictures into this existing file that we have here. So what we want are the options shown here to the left. And to start with, I'm using the butterfly. That's the overlay option. Using the overlay, you can add a number of different things to your picture. Let's take a look. You have all these different options to choose from. If we have a look at the hearts, let me choose one to add to my picture. I just drag it onto the picture space like this. And later, if you change your mind and want to delete it, just right click and choose Delete Overlay. So we also have some doodly hearts, some dolly hearts, stars, spirographs. Now one thing you'll notice is if you choose an option that's marked with a crown, PicMonkey will tell you it's a royal feature. This means you need to pay for a membership for the software to use that feature. You'll see crown markers next to all the royal features, but everything we need to create our pictures today we can do for free. So have fun and play around with all the different overlays. Here in the arrows section, notice these arrows you can use for free, but these arrows are royal and you need a paid membership. And if we scroll down, you can see there's a ton of fun stuff here too. Okay, back to our cover image. What I'm going to do is bring in the pictures we want to use into a sort of collage. So to get started with that, we go all the way back to the top and choose Your Own. Now I'm going to choose the first image I want from my computer. Here it is. It comes in a bit tiny, but I'll drag it into position here. And now if I click and drag on a corner, I can resize it up. I'll do a bit of adjusting. Now to add the second picture, again, back to Your Own, and we'll choose the next image. Again, I'm going to drag the corner to stretch that up, and now reposition it. And let me get the final picture. Just the same again. And now I'm going to drag it over to the right and stretch it up, and just play about with the size a little. So you can just play around to adjust the size and positions to get it just right. Now the first image is a bit too big, but you'll see in a moment how we're going to fix that. Now to add a shape, what you want to do is pop back over, and this time we're going to use the geometric overlay. We have some basic shapes to choose from. We're looking for a rectangle, so when I click on it, a black rectangle is dropped onto my image. Now let's change it to look the way we want. So to stretch it, just drag it out, and the other side a bit, and drag it down. Now to change the colour, here we have an option for the line border of the rectangle, and here we can change the fill colour. I'm looking for a soft light blue. Perfect. We don't actually want a line around the rectangle, and you can see here that's fine. because the line is set to transparent. Now what I want to do is tidy this image up because it's too big compared to the others. To fix that, I'm going to add a white border using the white rectangle shapes around the edges. Let me show you what I mean. So I'll click again to get another rectangle. Let me just move it to the top. This side would be better to line it up with the white border. Now I'm going to stretch that out and change the colour to white. And we have a nice white border now running right across the top. Now we'll add one to the bottom, so again, click on a rectangle, and we just adjust the size and position the way we want it. And choose white, and just a tiny bit shorter at the bottom. Maybe I've made this bottom white border a bit too big. Let's adjust that. I'm going to stretch this blue box bigger. Now here we have a bit of a problem with the white box size, so I'm going to need to adjust that too. Okay, we're ready to add some text. So click on this text tool. Now sometimes it can take a few seconds for the text options to appear. Just wait if there's a short delay and then click on Add Text. Now in the middle of our picture you can see we have a text holder, so you want to click inside and you can start typing your text. The text is wrapping around, but I can change that. I'll click when I'm finished typing. Now notice the lines marking the left and the right edge. Now I can drag to make the text frame bigger. And just move it to where I want it. Okay, that'll do. Now let me change the font. So from the list of fonts, I'm going to choose Geo Sans Light. And I'm going to make the size bigger. Oh yeah, I want this text in dark blue. Okay. So now we're ready to add the next piece of text, and we're going to list out some of the dental services. So we click Add Text again, and then just type in these services. Adjust the size. I'm going to make the text italic. Now I want to change the colour, but I'm having a problem when I'm trying to click back onto the text. This is common because all the pieces of the picture are layered one on top of the other, and at the moment when I'm clicking, I can only seem to select the blue rectangle. So what I need to do is right click and choose Send to Back from the menu. Now you can see the blue rectangle is at the back and the dental practice image is on top, as is the text I want to change. So I'm going to click away to deselect everything. Now if I click on the text, I'm able to select it. Now I can change the colour to dark blue. And if I click to finish, now I can drag the side edge and pull it out like this. To make the text a bit bigger, you can choose a font size from here. If you want a size that's not in the list, you can just type it in. I'm going to type in 15 and click. Now you can see the text has changed and that looks better. And for the last piece of text, this will be our caption, Your Smile, Our Passion. Just the same as before. Oops, let me fix that. This time we're going to choose a different font. A bit further down, we have handwriting as an option. If I click on that, I quite like the one called Playball. Again, we'll change that to dark blue. I need to click on the edge and now I can stretch the text frame. Now just a bit of fine tuning to move the text pieces more over to the right. And I'm aligning the text to the right within the text frames too at the same time. Now we still have a problem with the surgery picture. So what I want to do is push it to the back so it sits behind the blue and white rectangles. So to do that, right click on the picture and choose Send to Back. Okay, one little finishing touch. Let's add a few sparkle stars to the picture. So if we go back to our options palette here, let's choose the big one and add it about here. That's better. I'm happy with my picture now, so what we want to do is save it and check that it looks okay in Facebook. Don't be tempted to close PicMonkey just yet. Leave it on the screen, because when you add your image to Facebook and you see it in position, you might want to make some changes, and if you've closed PicMonkey, you won't be able to do that. First, let's save the file by clicking on the Save option. Type in your file name. I'm saving the file as a JPEG format, but you could choose something else like a PNG. Now click Save to My Computer. The file name appears here, and you could change that or put it in a different folder if you wanted to. So we'll leave PicMonkey open and hop on over to Facebook. Click on Add a Cover, Upload Photo. Then we can choose our file and save changes. Now that looks great, and I don't actually need to make any further changes in PicMonkey, but you might find at this stage you want to change something, and if you did, just go back to PicMonkey, make your changes, and you'll need to save a new version of the file using the Save option again. Then you can upload it into Facebook again and see if you're happy. Because the software is free, once you close down PicMonkey, it loses the image, but you still have the flat JPEG file on your computer. Now to finish off, I'm going to show you how to create a profile picture that's exactly 180 by 180 pixels. So what you need to do is go back to the main PicMonkey.com homepage. So we're back to where we started. And this time, if you hover over Design and move down to choose Custom, we can enter our image size here. So we want 180 by 180. And now we have the perfect size for the Facebook profile picture. Just like before, I'm using the butterfly overlay option to bring in the tooth picture. So I'll just scale and position it. Now for the text, I'm using the same techniques as I did before, so I'm speeding up this part of the video as I add and adjust the text. Just a few final adjustments. Now I'll save the file. Remember to keep PicMonkey open, and we'll hop on over to Facebook. Click Add Photo, Upload Photo. You can choose your new file and open. Job done.
I hope that helps you to get started with your Facebook images. Now, do you want to know where to get some of the best free graphics and photos available on the web? You can use them in Facebook cover images, and to create beautiful promotional graphics, we've created a hot list of our favourite free photo and graphic sites. To get your hands on this list, go over to lemonjet.com/free images. And if you want more awesome videos to help with Facebook marketing, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, thanks for watching.